Ladies and gentlemen, today the 1965 quarter dollar holds a very special place in U.S. coin history because it marks a major turning point in American coinage. This was the first year the United States officially removed silver from circulating quarters, ending an era that had lasted for more than 170 years. Because of this historic change, the 1965 quarter is extremely important for collectors, historians, and people interested in rare coins, even though most examples are common in value. The 1965 quarter belongs to the Washington Quarter series, which originally began in 1932 to honor George Washington, the first President of the United States. The obverse front side of the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Around the portrait, you will see the words, "Liberty," at the top and, "In God We Trust," to the left. The year 1965 appears at the bottom. The design remained mostly unchanged from earlier silver quarters, which often confuses new collectors who expect a visible difference. The reversed back side of the 1965 quarter shows a bald eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness to defend peace. Below the eagle are olive branches, representing peace. Around the edge, the words, "United States of America," and "quarter dollar," are written. This classic eagle design was used on Washington quarters until 1998, before being replaced by the state quarters program. One of the most important aspects of the 1965 quarter is its metal composition. Before 1965, U.S. quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. Due to rising silver prices in the early 1960s, the U.S. government decided to remove silver from circulating coins. As a result, the 1965 quarter was made with a clad composition, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. This change drastically reduced the intrinsic metal value of the coin. The weight of the 1965 quarter is 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a reeded edge. Unlike silver quarters, which show a solid silver edge, the 1965 quarter reveals a copper-colored stripe on the edge. This edge color is one of the easiest ways to identify whether a quarter is silver or clad. Another interesting fact about the 1965 quarter is that no mint mark appears on the coin. During the years 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint intentionally removed mint marks to discourage coin hoarding during the silver crisis. Even though most 1965 quarters were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, they do not carry a P mint mark. This often leads people to believe their coin is rare, but in reality, all regular 1965 quarters are without mint marks. The mintage of the 1965 quarter was extremely high. Over 1.8 billion coins were produced, making it one of the most widely circulated quarters in U.S. history. Because of this massive production, most 1965 quarters found in circulation today are very common and usually worth only their face value of 25 cents, especially in worn condition. However, condition matters a lot in coin collecting. A 1965 quarter in circulated condition, with visible wear, scratches, or dull surfaces typically has no premium value. In uncirculated condition, where the coin shows full original mint luster and no signs of wear, the value can increase slightly. High-grade uncirculated examples graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can sell for $5 to $20, and exceptionally high-grade coins MS67 or higher may sell for much more at auction. Collectors are also interested in errors and varieties of the 1965 quarter. Some rare error coins include off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks. A genuine double die error, where the design appears doubled, can significantly increase value, sometimes reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the strength and rarity of the error. These errors are uncommon but highly sought after. Another reason the 1965 quarter is historically important is its connection to coin hoarding behavior in the 1960s. When silver was removed from coins, many people saved older silver quarters and spent the new clad ones. This behavior influenced U.S. Mint policies and changed how Americans viewed everyday coins, not just as money, but also as collectible and investment items. From a collector's perspective, the 1965 quarter is often included in typesets to represent the first clad quarter. Even though it is not rare, it symbolizes the end of silver coinage in everyday U.S. circulation. For beginners, it is an excellent educational coin that teaches the difference between silver and clad coins and helps build foundational knowledge in numismatics. In summary, the 1965 quarter dollar is not usually valuable in terms of money, but it is extremely valuable in history. It represents a major economic and monetary shift in the United States, the transition from precious metal coinage to modern clad coins. While most examples are worth only face value, high-grade specimens and rare errors can be worth significantly more. For collectors, historians, and YouTube coin content creators, the 1965 quarter is an essential coin that tells an important story of change in American currency. Another important aspect of the 1965 quarter dollar is its role in public reaction to the removal of silver from U.S. coinage. When these coins first entered circulation, many Americans noticed the difference in sound and weight compared to older silver quarters. This led to widespread hoarding of pre-1965 silver coins, as people quickly realized their metal value was higher than face value. The U.S. government responded by producing massive quantities of clad quarters in 1965 to ensure enough coins remained in circulation, which is why this date is so common today. From a collector's perspective, condition plays a major role in the value of a 1965 quarter. Coins that have been heavily circulated usually show wear on Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the rim. These worn examples hold no premium value. However, uncirculated coins with strong luster, sharp details, and no major scratches are much more desirable. Coins stored in original mint rolls are carefully preserved since the 1960s can still be found today and are popular among collectors completing Washington quarter sets. Professional grading is another factor that can dramatically affect value. A 1965 quarter graded Mississippi 65 may sell for a modest price, but coins graded Mississippi 67 or Mississippi 68 are extremely rare due to the soft copper-nickel surface, which scratches easily. These top-grade coins can sell for hundreds to several $1,000s, especially when certified by well-known grading companies such as PCGS or NGC. Error collecting has also increased interest in the 1965 quarter. One of the most famous errors is the missing clad layer, where part of the outer nickel layer is absent, revealing the copper core. Other notable errors include broad strikes, rotated dies, and double strikes. Because millions of coins were struck quickly during this transition year, quality control was sometimes inconsistent, allowing these rare mistakes to escape the mint. The 1965 quarter is also frequently misunderstood by new collectors who believe that any old coin must be valuable. While age alone does not guarantee high value, historical importance certainly adds interest. The 1965 quarter represents the beginning of a new era in U.S. coin production, making it a key date for educational purposes and for understanding how economic pressures can influence currency design and materials. Today, the 1965 quarter dollar remains easy to find in circulation, coin shops, and online marketplaces. It is often used by educators and collectors to explain the difference between silver and clad coins. For beginners, it serves as a reminder that learning about composition, minting history, and condition is essential before assuming a coin's value. In summary, while most 1965 quarters are not rare or expensive, they are far from unimportant. Their massive mintage, lack of silver, and transitional status make them one of the most historically meaningful coins of the 20th century. Whether found in pocket change or preserved in mint condition, the 1965 quarter continues to attract attention and curiosity among collectors worldwide. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel Rare Coins Value.